everyone. In this video, I would like to give you a brief summary about resistor in series. Based on our definition, two resistors are series if they are connected to the same node. So, this resistor number 1 is connected to node A, and resistor number 2 is also connected to node A. Then the current going through resistor number 1 is the same current that going through the resistor number 2. But here there is an important point you have to consider, which is no other component is sharing that node with those two resistors. So let me show you here again R1 and R2 connected to each other. If this node A also connected to another device, so it could be any other kind of device like resistor, inductor, capacitor, source, or anything else, then the two resistors are not series anymore, because the currents that going through resistor number 1, which I call it I1, it's not the same as the current going through R2, because these current R1 at node A, it's going to be divided between two component R2 and the third component. So if I call this I2 and I3, so I1 is not same as I2. So you have to pay attention to this condition. The second point is sometimes node A could be stretched out. So assume that in a circuit I have R1 and R2. Using these piece of wire, I connect these two resistors. So assume this is a piece of wire, an ideal wire. So still resistor R1 and R2 are in series because the current that going through R1 is the same current that's going through R2. So here are some examples. R1 series to R2, they are connected here, and then the current going through R1 and R2 is the same. Or they could be connected like that, or even like that. Again, in all of these cases, R1 is connected to R2, and the currents that going through both of them is the same current. But if between them there is another component connected to that node, like here, then these two R1 and R2 not series anymore. So to check if two resistors are connected, are in series, you have to check how they are connected and not how the circuit is drawn. So one way to do that is to check the connection between two resistors, highlight that connection, and then check if there is another branch is connected to that node that the two resistors are connected. So let me show you in a circuit. So here I have 4 resistors, R1, R2, R3, and R4, and I want to check which resistors are connected. So if you look here, R1 and R3 at this node, they are connected. But as you see, there are another resistor, R2, also connected to this node, which I call it node A. Therefore, R1 and R3 are not in series, and then the current through these two resistors is not the same. Let's check R3 and R4 because they are connected here at node B. And if you check at node B, there is no other branch, so nothing else is connected to node B. Therefore, I can say R3 and R4 are in series. Let's also check R4 and R2 because they are connected at this node, which I call it node C. Okay. They are connected, but if you check node C is also connected to the voltage source Vs. So it's not only R2 and R4 that are sharing node C, voltage source Vs is also connected to that node. Therefore, the currents that going through R4, it's not the current that going through R2 and Vs. It's going to be divided between R2 and Vs. Therefore, R2 and R4 are not in series. So the only series resistors you see in the circuit is R3 and R4. So I hope that video will help you how to identify series resistors. So see you next time with another video.